What's up, everybody? This is A Force of Nature, Spiritual Awakening, and this is the debate with the Nesbits, Raw and Uncut. This is my husband, Smooth, and this is episode 13. This is the season finale of season 1. We do have part 1, this is part 2, and we are going to be doing a recap. That's what we did in the other video, which was part 1 of episode 13. So we are going to start off with, I forgot what we said we're going to start off with. Okay, doing a bid with somebody and our views on that. Do you want to lead?
Sure.
Okay.
Doing a bid with somebody, what she's talking about is you being out on the street and you're doing a bid with somebody. And 9 out of 10 times you're gonna be a woman that's doing a bid with a dude that you knew was into the things that he was into. Most of the time. And sometimes you're gonna be a woman that didn't know your guy was into what he was into. So when it comes down to doing a bid with a dude for the women, because I'm only gonna speak like that because for me it's mostly women that do bids. So my thing is this: for the woman, if you're doing a bid with a guy and you know he gonna be in there for a while, there's gonna be things that you're gonna have to adapt and adjust to, and understand that this is just what it's gonna be.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not about whether this guy is a good guy or a bad guy, because if you're doing a bid with this guy and you already knew him before his bid and all of that, then there's things that you know about him that these people that's saying this don't know about him. So you gotta understand that. So when you move the way you gonna move, when it come down to doing a bid with a person, all I would say is just be upfront and be 100% honest with the person that's doing the bid, that's actually doing the bid, the guy that's actually in there bidding. Just be 100, because there's nothing he can do if you tell him the truth. He may not like the truth. He may hate the fucking truth. But there ain't nothing he could do about it. It's about how you gonna tell the truth and the way you put yourself out there and how things go.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're dealing with a dude that you know is like, out there, so far out there, before he caught this bid, you was nervous about what he might do to you if you did something wild, then that's on you. That's what you pick. So, what I'm gonna say, when it comes down to doing a bid, females, this shit is for y'all. Be wise, be smart, think, because sometimes it just don't work out for you to do a bid with a person.
And I would say if you're in a relationship and you're going to do a bid with somebody, it should be the person that you was already messing with, not you met them later on. Okay, it can happen. Love happens. Okay, we're not saying that. All right, but if you talk about guarding, right, yourself and things like that, because you don't know what's going to happen. You don't know. Anybody could tell you any fucking thing over a damn phone. So
that's right.
But knowing a person prior is important and key. If we're talking about outside of a relationship and you're doing a bit with somebody, what would that actually entail? I guess I would say it would entail if it's like your mother or brother, sister, cousin, homie. Okay, maybe they write you. It doesn't even have to be that they came right? Because people have lives and kids, and they might can't do that. You might be too fucking damn far, but they can write you. They can uh come up there and see you, or give you visits, or put money on your commissary. You see what I'm saying? So it's several different things that people could do, and there's people out there that really do that,
Mm-hmm.
and it's people that don't.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the thing, because if this is your homie and y'all was like this and y'all was rocking out, you know what I'm saying? Just because they out of sight, out of mind, because that's what they call it when you in jail, out of sight, out of mind. Shit, they got fucking signs and poles and shit hanging off shit that say shit like that. You see what I'm saying? At the motherfucking jails. So, um, but caring is seeing how you are, even though you know how they are. Meaning, you know that they in there. You know they ain't coming home tomorrow. You know they not. You know, but you just like, oh, I was just checking on you. You know, from time to time. So yeah, um, with the doing a bit with somebody, it could be relationships, but it could be outside relationships, because those things still do count to somebody. Because keep in mind, even though they out of sight, out of mind, and they in there, it's things that are very, very gonna be fresh in their mind. Very fresh in their mind. When they come home, that shit is fresh in their mind. It's not fresh.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think that's a good recap on that.
Yeah. So the next one is going to be what?
What you gonna do?
I would say good sex, bad sex.
Okay, we could recap that. You could start that off.
So, good sex to me would be with, for me, good sex is with somebody that I'm in love with. Okay, and if I'm in love with you, then it was really good sex any damn way. But it would be somebody also that it's not just a physical, it's a mental connection that's going on in a relationship. It's not just physical, it's mental. And even if it's not physical at the time or the moment, it's still mental. You see what I'm saying? So all of those things combined in one, for me. Um, Even when you even get into the process, like, you know, you sipping or you chilling, you having a good time and things like that, but y'all still have good conversations and good talks about several different topics. It doesn't even have to be what happened on this show and that show. It can be, but it doesn't always have to be that, because it could be current events, it could be things that's going on in the world, it can be um things that y'all want to do together, things y'all want to do individually, things you want to combine individually together.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? So to me, all of that gets you to a exciting place where you want to do this and do that.
Yeah.
Now, if we talking about just physical, you talking about physical, um, just solely or physical, then that's gonna be something probably a little different. Okay, that this is how people get smashed and not fucked with sometimes too. You see what I'm saying? Because it might be you physically attracted to this person or whatever, y'all hung out, y'all chilled or whatever, but you don't see, you got them in a category or some area, right? Where you know you don't want to do those things um on a committed level. But if you're talking about good sex, they might have good sex. What about you?
Well, you know, good sex is, first off, a man or a woman, they know whether they got good sex.
That's
See,
true.
so for me, it's not even about certain things. It's about, I'm a grown man, and I'm gonna know whether I got good sex or not. Why? Because I've been here on this planet long enough to know whether I got good sex or not. What I know is this: my good sex is reserved
Mhm.
for one person. Now,
That's me.
good sex, good sex means to me today. It's like yo, we do have a connection.
Mhm.
We are we are so in deep in what we doing that we deep in it. We connected right now on a level to where we so deep in it that what we doing right now, we both so far into it, we so far meaning like we mentally and
Mhm.
physically and spiritually so far into enjoying this moment
Mhm.
that it ain't sex, it's enjoying a moment that's so blissful, so wonderful, so
Right.
like yo look, I want to do this shit again tomorrow.
I think good
It's
sex is
more like
also.
it's more like it's more like a level like it's more like a level like where when you all right, let's say when you single, alright, you single, you get a female, it's more like yo look, it wasn't like not uncomfortable, what un awkward. It wasn't nothing like that. It wasn't nothing like this. You ain't see something you didn't like, and she ain't see. You know what I mean? Even when you single, it's like yo, all right, cool. It's a good time. Good sex is like yo, I had a really good time. Meaning, yeah, we got it in this kind of way. But my mentality is we still gonna be like this.
Mhm.
I just know both of us. We both know that we like what we do.
I think another thing when it comes to good sex is um like doesn't always have to be in the bedroom. It doesn't always have to
Mm-mm.
be on a bed
Mm-mm.
and things like that. It could
Mm-mm.
be in a car, it could be at a club, it could be in the woods, it could be up against a tree.
Shit, it could be on the side of your house
It could be those
because you
things.
felt like it right then.
Right. On a balcony,
Yeah,
wherever.
it could be a lot of places.
So it doesn't
Mosquito
just have to
bites.
be
It could be all that shit. Yeah,
right,
yeah,
secluded
right.
to
The
that.
bedroom. Hell
You
nah.
see what I'm saying? Because that's adventurous, that's
Mm-hmm.
fun, and some people, who knows? Some people might think, oh my God, you want to fuck me out fine. Who you think I am? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And,
Well, that ain't gonna be.
it
Put it like
depends
this.
on how if you just met the motherfucker and you did it, then maybe you should be saying that shit.
My thing is this:
But,
when y'all having sex, if y'all a couple and
mm-hmm,
y'all having sex, or
right.
if you single and you know the type of sex you like to have, the type of person you are, you need to deal with the type of person you are.
Mm-hmm.
You need to deal with a woman that's closer to your type or a man that's closer to your type. Because if you're a female, you just want a dude that you could call. Because you ain't trying to be in a relationship, but you just want to fuck this just one dude.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to fuck a whole lot of dudes.
Mm-hmm.
You just want to fuck this one dude because he get you where you trying to get to, and you feeling good at the end of the night. You enjoy the experience. You just want to fuck this one dude. That's cool, but it gotta be an understanding. It can't be like yo, you gonna be my man when you know this man ain't trying to be in one of those type of things. You
Right.
gotta keep it within perspective to yourself to
Right.
know that look, I'm fucking him because I enjoy fucking
Mm-hmm.
him. I enjoy having sex with him. I enjoy this. That's why I'm fucking him. I'm fucking him because of this.
And I also think good sex is being in tune with each other's rhythms,
Yeah.
body rhythms,
Yeah.
and things.
Yeah.
So that's the other thing too, because you could be getting it in,
Yeah.
and
Hey, you too. I listen to my body, my babe's body. I do listen. I listen, and I like when she responds, and it's like that. Like she said, she is 100% right. Being in tune with each other's body. Yo, that is, damn, babe, that was a good one.
Yeah.
Cause I listen, and I know. And I like it. I like the results, and all of those things. It's like, yo, I love the results. I love watching you be like a certain way. I love that. It does. It turns me
So
on.
he's about to say it a certain way.
No, I'm not gonna say it a certain way. Yeah, but I
Because
love.
say like,
I love it
damn.
because it does turn me on. It does turn me on. It turns me on a lot to see your body.
What turn me on to, babe?
But it turns me on to see your body respond like this.
But that's what
you
it's
can't
about.
even help it. You can't see. This is what I love about it, is because you can't help it. So when your body is responding to me like this, you can't help it because I'm doing this, and I'm doing something to you. Excuse me, YouTube. Something is going on at the time that your body can't help but to respond to. And that's, good sex is exactly what you said. When y'all like, yo, y'all got the vibe and y'all can be kissing deeply and sucking and exploring and touching and all of this with each other because this is yours. And that's a different type of good sex. That's a different type of good sex. See, when you had good sex when you single, that's one thing, but good sex when you with somebody that's gonna really try to pleasure you and want to always pleasure you and want to see these results from your body and these responses.
We're probably gonna have great sex tonight and tomorrow because I'm making Cornish hens.
Yeah,
and he likes that shit. See,
not only that,
that's the mental.
We
and you're gonna be like, oh, this was good. You stuffed it with some pigeon pea rice and.
I'm sorry, y'all, because she know what to do. It's like, yo, look, yo, listen, I ain't even gonna lie, yo, she is good at what she do when she get on them goddamn pots and pans and them spoons and spatulas. Y'all, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. She is good. That is another fucking good sex type of thing. Good sex will make a motherfucker want to make you something to eat. Good sex will do that. Even if you single and you just
good
playing.
Sex will make you not want to go nowhere.
Good sex will make you want to be like, yo, I want to just chill for the day.
Yeah,
It'll be like, yo, look, come here.
But now, if you're in a relationship, if you're not in a relationship, good sex might make you go some fucking weird though. You see what I'm saying? Because you don't want to be getting all hooked up on this shit. Like, good sex, it was what it was.
Right. Good sex might make you like, yo, I got to get away from her a little bit because this was a little too good. Goddamn
so
it.
It's like, I got
she got that old comeback. Oh.
That happens too.
Yeah.
That happens too. Because if you're in a relationship, then you already know.
Yo, listen, before she was my wife, we was enjoying each other.
Yeah.
And she's my wife today. It's 11 years, y'all. 11 years we've been together. And I can tell you this. The sex is absolutely where it should be. And what I'm going to also say is that in the end of the day, you just gotta look at it like, learn yourself and know what you want and know what you know, and apply things, apply what you know, and be open to learn some things. Yo, listen, I'm a man. You ain't touching my ass. Period. For no reason. My babe, she already know. Ain't no touching my ass for no reason.
Nah.
But I'm saying, when it come down to you as a guy, listen, please your woman, enjoy your woman, let her feel enjoyed. Let her feel like you enjoyed her. You enjoy doing these things to her. Let her feel that. Make sure she understands and feel that.
Because to us, it's like a whole damn party.
Yeah.
We just turn up, have a good time.
You see, look, we sipping and chilling right now. Y'all know what's going to fucking happen. And before we get off this topic, I'm just saying, y'all know what's going to happen by the end of the night. All right, cool. I ain't got nothing else to say. Man, fuck that.
It's going down.
Yeah.
So, the next topic is hood scraps Okay,
Oh,
so
those
hood
are
scraps,
good. Those are
hood
good.
fights. If nobody understands what the scraps is,
Right.
um,
Hood scraps, hood fights.
mm-hmm. um, so we did cover this before, but I know we probably left out um the experiences, so we could reiterate when we talk about this. Um, it's I've seen good fights, whack fights. People that can fight, people can't fight. Both of them can't fight. Both of them can fight. So I would say, um, I don't know. I would name some of the fights that was good that I seen. Some of the fights that I've been in that I won or lost, and things like that.
And I was thinking the same thing because I seen a lot. I know a lot of dudes.
Mm-hmm.
You know, not just older than me, but people my age that was good fighters
Mm-hmm.
back then. Like, and I respected it. It was
Mm-hmm.
people that I had fights with
Mm-hmm.
that I end up
Well, what was
respecting.
the epic kind of like an epic kind of fight that you may have had that you
But
remember? Well, I know you remember all of them.
well, I'm not. I'm gonna say this. What I'm gonna say is I had a lot of them, right? But when it comes down to like one-on-one things, see, this is how I look at it. Like one-on-one things, there's a few people, but there's only really a couple that is gonna always stay with me, and one of them is my man's, and he gonna be my man's like for the rest of my life. Like me and him started out a certain way, and we did things, and we went knuckle to knuckle, and da da da. And he my man's right now today, like, and I'm 40 something. The last fight we had, I had to be like fucking 10, but a lot of good fights. I had a lot of good ones. I had a lot of good fights, but things that I could remember. I'm not trying to put nobody on blast, but there is a time that I gotta speak of that there was a guy that I fought when I was in high school that made me realize that sometimes you gotta step down so somebody else could step up, and it was the most least likely person that it would have happened with, and that's just how I look at it. This person showed me something not just about me, but about himself and about things that made me like, yo. So hood scraps for me, it was like I scrapped all the time. I fought all my life, so I just give shout outs to where shout outs gotta be. B Hunt, and the best fight that I had as an adult, 30 plus years as adult, 30, I'm over 35. I would say it's Poppy. That's the best fight I had in all the fights. And he's still my bed right now. That's my bed. That's my bed. It was a disagreement, but we handle things like men, and I always gonna we handle things. I'm just gonna say we handle things like men, and it was dealt with in a way to where he's my man today. He's my man's right now. That's my guy still, and I fuck with him, and I love that nigga like and that's just it. So that's real shit. When you could do that,
and see, those are fights and things and disputes that you gonna always probably like think of, remember. You know what I'm saying, and just not saying that you forget any of them, but some of them you might be like, oh shit, yeah, well I remember that. It was somebody and you jumped in or some shit because you had to help and whatever,
babe,
Right. That shit could be like a little vague.
Yeah.
Like,
See, for me, for us, and see, this is what I'm gonna say about us, YouTube. This is what I could say, and I'm gonna say something that me and my babe really only say to each other. But I'm gonna say something today for you to, for y'all to, so y'all can get an understanding of us and how we move. Where we from, we individually are known for no nonsense. Individually. But because we are together, it is a different aspect of the no nonsense. So, for you two, where we from, we not bullies, we not that, we not this, but we are known for certain things, right? So, in the end of the day, I've never been a part of any type of organization or whatever the fuck they might call themselves today. I've never been a part of none of that type of shit. I've always been a type of motherfucker like, yo, listen, if you come between this and this, me and you gonna have a problem. I've never been the type of dude like, yo, look, I run with the pack. Nah, I'm the pack. I'm the pack. I lead. The pack starts with me. And everybody that I fuck with. And they know I fuck with them. Everybody that I fuck with, they know I fuck with them on this level. So when it come down to hood scraps and shit like that, if I was scrapping with a nigga that you really fucked with, it was gonna be a one-on-one all the time. Every time. Every single time. It never was. A nigga in the hood ain't never, nobody in my neighborhood ever jumped.
We from the same hood.
Word.
So anybody that's watching, we from the same
hood.
We grew up in the same hood and things like that.
And if you from my hood, y'all know I'm telling the truth. Ain't nobody from my hood ever try to jump me. Only time I ever been jumped or any time niggas ever tried to jump me, it was because niggas didn't know who I was and they was not from my neighborhood.
Right.
So, and that's okay, but because the neighborhood that I'm from, yo, listen, let me tell you something. Where we are from, I could go anywhere. It could be 4, 5, 6 of you niggas. I'm not backing down. Where I'm from, we don't do that shit. I didn't grow up running from niggas. I grew up like, oh, it's 4 of y'all. I got 15 bullets in my gun. Y'all don't even know I got a gun, but I'm gonna shoot all you niggas. And I'm not saying I'm doing that today, but where I'm from, that's the mentality. It's like, what? Oh, you thought this? Yeah. Somebody ain't making it home tomorrow then. So, in the end of the day, that's hood scraps is in the hood. Yeah, I always respected anybody that I scrapped with that was from my hood, meaning anybody that I ever scrapped with, I ain't never have that was from our hood. It ain't never last long. The beef ain't never last long. It was like, boop, 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 boop. We gonna do what we do, and I'm a really, really at the time, you know, and still even right now, I think I'm a better fighter today than I was then because I know so much more now. But it ends with a handshake. It ends with we always gonna be cool. Even the last fight I had. He was my man. That's my man still right now.
But what about like shit you might have seen like with other people and like that's what I was trying to say before. Like epic good fights that you may have seen. Even if it wasn't just with you. Like yours is gonna be epic to you because it was epic to you. But you seen epic shit too.
Yeah, but what about your epic fights? Because what about the epic fights you seen and not you two?
Well, me?
She's trying to be like modest. She done had the epic fight that people still gonna talk about. Them kind. She done did that.
I spoke about it in part 1. You should have watched that, y'all. But yeah, the fight with Nicole. The fight with Danae.
The fight
we was
with a
younger.
girl. Yeah.
Patricia, that's my homegirl.
No, I ain't I'm talking about the epic fight where the whole hood was involved. Yeah, that's an
DJ.
epic fight.
Yeah.
That's where the whole hood. That's where
Mhm.
everybody's like, "What we buy?" She got what was supposed to come to her at the time. My thing is, I've seen some epic fights. Oh my God, I'm sorry, y'all. I gotta do this.
What?
But even with the guy I'm talking about right now, Poppy, that's my guy. I done watched him have epic fights. I done watch him do shit to people, and he's shorter. See, for me, he was shorter than everybody, and da 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 da. And for him to be like this, it was like, yeah, nah, he not no pussy.
Mm-hmm.
See, I'm sorry, YouTube.
He always does that.
He wasn't that dude. He ain't the big burly dude, but he wasn't the back down, I'm gonna run away from you dude. He's the dude, if I gotta pick this up and put you down, dude. Mm-hmm. So for me, it's like I seen him do things. I seen my older brother have epic. I seen my older brother slam a dude through a car windshield, cracked the whole windshield, and a dude was heavier than him by at least a good 40, 50 pounds. Mm-hmm. Maybe more at the time. Mm-hmm. So I done seen a lot of epic just hood fights, one-on-one fights. Like, yo, what? Mm-hmm. My man Bigger.
Yes, so shout out to Poppy. That's our bro.
Yeah, that's my guy. That's my guy. I fuck with Pop. Pop, look, nigga, you know I love you. And I'm always gonna love you.
We love you, Pop.
Because I ain't never gonna want to see nothing wrong for you. You already know it, my nigga. So I ain't gotta tell you that too much, because I tell you that on the phone, and I know you be telling me, yeah, bro, I know. And I'm gonna stop. So I'm gonna stop. You too. I'm gonna stop. But that's my guy. He's my guy. But epic fights, it's like these are hood scraps. So.
No, but I know a lot of them. Just from back in the days, people getting pounded out, they shooting the heady and stuff. I done seen one time a girl done ran, you know. I done seen sometimes niggas think they got hit with shit, and they got hit with a fist. They didn't get hit with a brick. It felt like a brick prior to you, but everybody was here, it wasn't a brick. You know, so, you know, you see a whole bunch of stuff, but even in it all, right? Because we're going to move on to will they ride for you? And just summing it up with things that we're talking about. When somebody really rides for you, they're really there for you. They want to see you up. They want to see you successful. They want to encourage you. They want to empower you, enlighten you. They want to do these things. Okay, this is what they are looking for. When somebody's really down for you. When somebody's not down for you, they're lacking in one of them fucking areas. And to me, that's the bottom fucking line. You're lacking in the area. You want to know why? Because the ultimately down shit, right? Because and I don't want to say it in that way, because people gonna be people and they gonna do shit the way they do shit. But to me, you lacking in several areas.
Well,
what do you think, babe?
When we talking about, if you gonna see, my thing is this: I'm not really worried about certain things, because the people that's gonna ride for
really, you and be down for you.
That's gonna really
that's
be
the
down.
Real topic. Down, up or around. What?
The people that's gonna really be down for me, I already know who they are. Just same way for you. You know who's gonna be down for you, and what I'm gonna say is, people shouldn't be delusional in a way to where they looking at it like, oh, this person gonna be, especially 2025, because it's easier to see who's not gonna be down for you. It's easier.
Well, It can be, but it depends. Situation, circumstances, things, because things could look like one thing 1 second, and then in the blink of an eye could be something completely different.
What I'm gonna
You see what
say
I'm
is,
saying?
what I'm gonna say is this: if people pay attention, because I could use myself as an example. If I'd have paid attention to certain circumstances, I would have knew things right away. Straight up. Word. And I'll just be honest with myself. Ain't nobody gotta do it for me. If I paid more attention to certain things, then I would have been okay. See, and that's how I look at it.
Mm-hmm.
My thing is the responsibility on paying attention is on you. So
That's true.
if they down for you, you gonna know. You know why? Because they doing the same paying attention that you doing. They paying attention to see if you just as much as down for them as they is for you.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what y'all should be doing.
Mm-hmm.
But y'all gonna get to a point to where you no longer gonna have to do that. Why? Because you already know. You know, nah, I ain't gotta think about this. My man cool, pop, that it's I could go through it. I could are they down for me? I could say yes, they are down for me. I ain't gotta worry about I'm not worried about the chatter that might come with whatever might come. I don't give a fuck about the chatter. I don't give a fuck about who don't like them. I don't give a fuck about none of that. Because I know you down for me. I know you down for me.
Mm-hmm.
You know why? Because you know I'm down for you. And you not gonna see, you know me well enough to know that ain't nobody gonna be able to come out the blue and say this kind of shit and make you be like, what? Nah. That's being down for you. Being down for you is like, yo, look, when it come down to me and you, ain't nobody gonna be able to tell me something about you that I don't know. I've been with you, me and you been together 11 years, man. Are you what the fuck are we talking about here? See, and that be that. Down for you.
Exactly.
Down for is somebody who actually takes the time to find out and figure out who you really are.
And that's how we really are.
Mm-hmm.
We know each other.
Mm-hmm.
The way I look at it is like I always said,
Mm-hmm.
you never completely know a person. Period. That's just period. Why? Because you just do not. But you know a good amount. You know what you need to know when it comes to whoever that person is.
Mm-hmm.
And it's life. And that's just what it is. And me and him, we are good with that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't look for nothing no further and things and however, whatever, not. Like, I'm not into that. So the thing is, he knows me on a level, I know him on a level, and we know certain things. Mm-hmm. So you can't just come to me and just say, and I'm going to believe what you say, because I already know.
Right.
I know what he would do. I know how he say it.
That's
didn't
right.
say it like that. That's
right.
Crazy. Whatever you got to say. You see what I'm saying? Or gonna say. Whatever it is. Because we know.
Mm-hmm. My thing
responses. Just
my
general
thing is this.
Speaking. Just whatever. Don't even say a line that didn't sound like his line.
Right.
Like that's way off.
My thing is this.
Mm-hmm.
She's my woman. What I'm not going to do, I'm not going to give any room for anyone to be able to be like boom, boom, boom. Why? Because she's going to be the woman that I need to be able to depend on. Mm-hmm. But I'm the man that she needs to be able to depend on. Mm-hmm. So in the end of the day, when I say what I say, when I say that to say this. When I say that, no, I know who she is. It's because I'm letting her know who I am. I'm showing her and I'm making sure she understands who I am. And she can see me. Not just the words, I'm showing her so she can see who I am. Yo, listen. Me and her not gonna always agree on things. Mm-hmm. But one thing for sure, two things for certain, she know who I am. And she know how I move about when I move about doing things. When it come down to whatever I'm doing. And that's
and,
all.
and it goes the same kind of way because
that's right.
It's not
that's
just
right.
that,
that's right.
and then it's not the other way.
That's right.
It's
Nah.
He know when I'm like fed up
That's
or
right. That's
frustrated
right.
or whatever
That's right.
it is.
You're not gonna be. Listen, this is what I'm gonna tell the
I'm
world.
ready to pop.
You're not gonna be able to. You're not gonna be able to tell me about my woman. You better be her mother. You better be her mother. If you're not her mother, you can't tell me about her. Because you being her sister, y'all relation or brother or cousin or best friend, y'all relationship is this. There's something that me and her share that neither one of y'all share. And I don't share with you and them shit. See, I'm okay with that. So when it comes down to talking about my woman in certain aspects and saying certain things, I'm gonna be able to say, yeah, nah, either you right or you wrong. And that's just what it's gonna be, and that's what it is for us. I'm gonna be able to say, nah, nigga, you fucking wrong. Or no, shorty, you bugging. My wife ain't never gonna do that. Never, ever. I'm telling you, it would have never happened.
And it'd be like just that simple. To just be like, what?
I ain't gotta do that because I know my woman well enough.
If you know, and now let's say somebody says something that your partner would say, I would be sitting there still like,
what'd you do to make him do this or make her do this?
Right. Because,
what did you do?
Because we different.
I know
like
you did something.
We like having a good time.
So I know you did something. I know for a fact you did something. If listen, if you said he did this to you, and they saying he did do this to you, what the fuck did you do? Because I know he's not gonna, and I know she's not gonna. Exactly. See, my thing is this: I know she's not gonna risk these things. Boom, boom, boom. You would. I could almost tell you the kind of shit you had to say to her for her to do what she did to. I could probably tell you. I could go down a list of things that you said that made her do this. I ain't even gotta ask you that for real. I'm just saying that because it's a rhetorical question. But I could go down a list, and you'll probably say, "Yeah, you was right about one of them things on the list." I know. Because motherfucker, if you did this and she did this to you, I could tell you, it had to take this for her to do this.
Right.
Period. And in the end of the day,
I like to chill. I like.
That's right.
I do. I
That's
like to chill,
right.
have a good time.
That's
like
right.
This. All the other shit.
That's
like,
right.
At this point, I might even laugh at your ass.
Preach.
You gonna get mad at that shit?
Kill it. Yeah.
But
hey, it ain't got nothing to do with us. If you get mad at it, they ain't got nothing to do with us. But I can tell you this: if you not gonna be able to tell me about my woman, you ain't gonna be able to tell me about my woman, and you ain't gonna be able to tell my woman about me, because the one thing we gonna do, she gonna know who I am, because we talk a lot, a lot. We talk a lot.
And that's a good thing.
We talk
because
a lot.
We
talk a lot.
We do know each other. You see what I'm saying?
We talk a lot.
Shit is just like
we don't have children. We don't have children. So our thing is being able to be connected to each other in a way to where it's like, I don't not have to not say this to her. Certain things, we men, every man is gonna keep certain, every person, fuck man, every man or woman is gonna keep certain things that ain't pertinent to themselves, because it's not one of them things. But when you in a relationship, right, what happens is this: you start talking about everything, because it's just you and this person. And guess what? You know why you do it? It's because it's human nature. Human nature is to be with someone. That's human nature, is to be with someone. to be with somebody that you could talk to. That's why humans collect amongst each other. That's why they get together. You got church, you got everything.
And you know what? And that's why we've been together as long as we've been together. Why? Because we are the type of people that will we weather the storm with each other.
Wow.
So whether it's him or me or whatever it is,
we gonna make it work.
We do it together. We do it together.
Figure it out.
We're gonna figure it out. Mm-hmm. And sometimes it's not the way that you want it to be.
That's right.
But you gonna make it as close as it could be back to that.
That's
you know, and that's the thing that I like about us when it comes to just relationships. I know we're talking about hood scraps, but we're moving on.
We moved past the hood scraps.
They ride for you. Right. So we ride for each other. We're down for each other. Right. It's no question to that when it comes to our relationship and our union, because the way that we are, we're genuine with each other, but we're genuine with others.
Period.
Okay? So people that we care about, people that we concerned about, you know, we all about that. We about the
we're genuine,
positive.
We'll rather do things.
Right.
We'll rather do things for you.
We're not haters.
Listen,
so we don't.
We'll rather you be set up. We'll rather you be set up in a situation to where you could come up on your own because you have the ability to come up. We not the type of people that's gonna look to dig into your come up. No. Nah, we not looking for that. We want you to come up, bro. Like come up, come up. Because in the end of the day, me and my wife gonna do what we do. But we looking for you to come up. So in the end of the day, to be down for a person is, listen, I want you yourself, the people that I love, and they know who I'm talking about. Yeah, I know who I'm talking about. The people that I love, that I fuck with, that I'm gonna always fuck with and all of this shit. I want you to come up. Come up. I don't want you to come up so I can feed off of you. Nah, my nigga. I want you to come up so you could live life, enjoy life, be like, yo, do whatever it is you gotta do to stay in that manner. That's it. I don't care about nothing else. I don't really care about nothing else because you already my mans.
Yeah.
So come up. I'm not looking for, I'm around with you. And I'm a rider. I'm a rider to where you going to have to tell me the rules of how we riding. Of how we about to go do what we going to go do. You need to explain this shit very clearly to me, because when I go to do some shit, that's the shit.
Yeah. So
next what?
Survival skills.
Survival skills.
Survival skills. So, I would say that survival skills comes from multiple areas of life. Some people might put it in one specific area, like just nature, or just being out in nature, or growing gardens and things like that. But I would say it has a lot to do with that, but it has a lot to deal with just knowing that you can make a way for yourself, and knowing that you can be okay with that. If you're in a relationship, they always say 2 is better than 1. So that's a process. And then if you add on to the add-on, let's say your husband and wife and you got children, or let's say that it's a whole bunch of people here and it's a whole situation because everybody had to come. Okay, see, so it's a whole bunch of different things that could be what it is. But you still have to know how to make a way to pave a way for your comeback. If you are staying at somebody's house, if you are the type of person that is currently or has um stayed at somebody's house that was like a friend or a co-worker. You see what I'm saying? All different types of things. So the thing about it is, you still gotta make sure that you can do what you gotta do, still break them off bread, things like that, right? Now, let's say that you are in a situation where, okay, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, in a situation where you are making sure that the land is good, the property is good, and you see what I'm saying? Because it could be so many different scenarios. Um, but you stand on the property and you ain't gotta pay for nothing. You ain't gotta pay for shit. You just make sure it's good. Da, da, da. See what I'm saying? But over the course of time, people could get annoyed at responsibilities or annoyed at that. To me, that's an opportunity.
My thing is survival skills. If we talking
it's
about
responsibility,
my thing is this. If we talking about survival skills, we ain't got to talk about nothing else. That's just it. Sticking within survival skills. If survival is you got a woman and y'all got kids and was given this. Survival is to do the right fucking thing, fucking first, period. Period. Do the right thing. You got somebody that is counting on you. The fuck are we talking about? Survival skills is this. If it's me and my wife and we go camping, who's gonna do this, set up the tent? Me. Who's gonna do the fire? Me. Who's gonna do this? Me. Why? Because I'm her fucking man. Not just her husband. I'm her man. And when we in a house and this gets broken, who fucking fix it? Me. Why? Because I'm her man, not her husband. I was her man before I became her husband. So survival skills rely on what you learn while you growing up and how you know how to do things. If you can't fix, I'm sorry. My thing is this.
Well, if you can't fix what, babe?
My thing is this. If
okay.
you're a man and you can't do the basic type of shit on saying, I'm gonna do it myself and actually make it fucking happen, after a certain age, you're not never gonna make it happen. You're gonna always need somebody to come in and do it. Unless
you make a change.
I'm not never gonna be the person that has to rely on a person all the time. There is people that I am absolutely gonna have to call and have them do this because of whatever reason. I'm gonna have to use them. And I know this. But guess what? Me and my wife's home, majority of the time gonna be okay. You know why? I know how to build stairs. I do floor it, wall it. I do sheetrock. I know the shit that is gonna accompany with the problems you may have with being in the house. But let's get out of it.
My husband knows how to do all that.
If we get out the house and we get into how we gonna save some money, babe? Well, I got a garden with all the vegetables that we ever gonna eat back there. And that costs a lot in the grocery store. Oh, well, you ain't gotta buy that no more. Guess what? I got fucking chickens. I got this. I got that. Why? Because I know how to maintain what we have.
Yeah.
Not only just
I know,
maintain it,
babe.
I know how to go out and do some other shit to make sure we can maintain it. That's the difference. I know how to go out and not commit a crime
Mm.
and not be in trouble and maintain it. Okay, we got 20 chickens.
Mm-hmm.
I got 35, 40 people that I do work for.
Mm-hmm.
10 of them people is gonna take care of the chickens. 5 probably. Five is gonna take care of what we got going on here.
Mm-hmm.
And everything else is for us. And that's how life is. You set it up the way you want it to be. So that's just it for me.
Okay. So we got deal breakers in a relationship and people who are hypocrites. People that are hypocrites.
Deal breakers.
That was my husband's question, and mine was deal breaker in the relationships. That was my question. We did it together, like that. So, which one we're gonna start with?
Deal breakers.
A deal breaker in a relationship for me would be somebody that I would say that's not down for me. I look at loyalty, I look at honesty, and things like that. I'm the type of person that if you are saying things off the rip, right? I'm paying attention. Okay, so that's just what that is. So and things behind it are like that, but not so much on believing what you're saying, but if we're talking about a relationship and you want to enter into a relationship, then and you know you have conversations, things, whatever, then you are like, you know, you're interested, right? Or maybe not, or maybe not. So that's that. But I do look at loyalty. I look at honesty. I also look at people's characters. I look at the way that they treat people around them. I look at the way I look at all that. I look at all of those things. Now, the thing is, even with me looking at the way people treat people around you, I also look at the way people treat you around me. Okay, so now this is see that. Yes, shit deep. Shit real deep. Deeper than the motherfucker. But the thing is, you have to look at all these different things. Why? Because when you don't do that, this is where you start missing things, clues, okay, or whatever you want to call them. But for me, I look at things like a deal breaker in a relationship is gonna be somebody that a man that is not a stand up man. That's one of my deal breakers. Um, yeah, that will always probably be one. That if you have a baby on me, definitely a deal breaker. And we ain't got kids, deal breaker. Um, I would also say a deal breaker for me would be somebody that I would say, and I'm trying to think of how to word this. Um, Somebody that's not a strong support system for me. Okay. I believe when you're in a relationship that it should be you're a strong support system for each other. So yeah, that would be a deal breaker for me in my adult life. In my younger life, I probably wasn't thinking about those, none of that. You ain't think about shit. Yeah, having fun, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, a strong support system, yeah. Um, and I mean, for real, like not that for fake. You see what I'm saying, or whatever you call that. Um, but no break in the relationship, babe. You got any more views on that?
No, I think you covered pretty much everything.
Mhm.
I think deal breakers good.
Okay. And so the last one is people who are hypocrites.
So what I would say when it comes down to hypocrites is this. First and foremost, we're gonna start off with this. And I know what it is to be a hypocrite because I have been a hypocrite.
Mm.
And what I know is I don't like being that way. And I don't. I like to be respectful in a way. I like to be a certain way in a way where, regardless of what, I don't want to tell you I don't like this and then I do it to you. So I'm mindful of it.
Mm.
I'm mindful of what I do because if I don't like this from you, I'm not going to do it to you, and I don't like it when it's done to me because I'm telling you I don't like it when it's done to me, and I don't do it because I know well enough to know that I don't like it. You see what I'm saying? So hypocrites for me is more along that level. And it ain't no big thing. It's like, yo, when I see it and I understand it, it's easy to move past that and keep it going.
Mm-hmm. Well, hypocrites for me, um, hypocrites are somebody that says one thing, they do another thing, or they do things that they don't like to other people
Mm-hmm.
that they wouldn't be done to them.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I like I said in the video, the other video, I would probably be a hypocrite a little bit, okay, because sometimes the way that my presentation could be strong, but I don't lead with that. I don't lead with it. I
Mm-hmm.
could be it. I don't lead with it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's probably the thing. So to me, no, I don't think I'm a hypocrite, but if you want to call me one, I might be one. It's to you, okay? But if you want to lead with some energy, I'm gonna it's gonna be some energy. You see what I'm saying? A lot of times it's gonna be some energy. Sometimes you might not get no energy, and I might laugh at your ass because you look like a fucking clown to me. But sometimes I might meet that energy on a whole other level. You see what I'm saying? So the thing is, um, some people might be watching like, what's the nature? You a hypocrite, or your husband a hypocrite.
Yeah.
But the thing about it is this: a lot of people are hypocrites.
You might be
What
right.
I'm going to say is this: the goal is not to be a hypocrite.
That's right.
So all of these
That's
things
right.
is learning lessons you learn through
Right.
the process. Trust the process that's going to lead you to the ultimate things that has to deal with whatever those things are in general. So we're gonna leave this one for now. Um, we got some announcements to make. Okay, Headbanger tour coming soon. Location will be revealed soon. Also, when it comes to readings, anybody want to get a reading, please hit me up. My phone number is 516-738-6042. And my husband also does consultations when it comes to survival, also camping, home improvement.
Mm-hmm.
He can elaborate.
Mm-hmm. Anything that you want to conversate about, you could hit us up and we'll get it figured out.
Mm-hmm.
I do live consultations, so we could do the FaceTimes and all that.
Yeah, so also, anybody want to donate to the channel, please feel free. You know, this is the debate with the Nesbits, raw and uncut. And this is the last episode of season 1. So, like I told y'all before, season 2 is coming soon. It's going to be supposed to be May 16th. So next week we will not be up here. Okay, next Friday we will not be up here doing the video. Because we have our little break, and then we will be back. So this is the Force of Nature, Spiritual Awakening. Love is love. Peace and blessings to you all, and I'm going to see you on the next one. Oh,